You've probably heard of this if you've read Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. The 5 benefits of keeping quiet are covered in detail in this video. Just a heads up. There are occasions when remaining silent is unwise because it might raise suspicion. However, when done correctly, it can be very advantageous. You seem to have greater strength. Strong individuals scare and impress by speaking less. The more you speak, the more likely it is that you will come across as foolish. You might assume someone is a narcissist, or if you hear them brag about how awesome they are all the time. When delivering terrible news, Louis XIV always made his courtiers quake in horror. He constantly said with a commanding silence, "I shall see and follow it." He was a very strong man, and much of his strength came from his silence. Even if you might not be a king, you might nevertheless appear more powerful by being silent. If you are frequently silent, what you say will matter more and be taken more seriously. You'll frequently be surprising and challenging to read, which will make people more intrigued to you. You'll develop people reading skills. If you remain silent a lot, you'll spend a lot of time listening and watching other people. Because they may make a mistake while attempting to fill the quiet, you can detect liars and see through people's actual motivations. When you remain silent, you have the chance to observe someone's body language and determine whether it corresponds to what they are saying. You can eventually begin to spot patterns and begin reading individuals just on a few observations. Being silent allows you to develop the powerful ability to read people. Depending on your objectives, you can use the knowledge you learn about someone through reading them to make them feel more or less comfortable. You cannot take back words after they have been spoken. You don't want to make a mistake in speech. Self-control can be greatly aided by silence. Sometimes when your bosses treat you badly, you want to lash out right away. If you lash out, you might feel satisfied in the moment, but the cost you'll incur later is not worth it. Servicing your ego will only keep you from achieving your goals in life. Keep your mouth shut, take a deep breath, and then politely stand your ground. Make sure your response is well thought out and not just an emotional outburst. Venting your frustrations might worsen the issue, even if your boss is in the wrong. Make sure they make it up to you and deal with the problem appropriately. But if it happens frequently, you ought to quit. People will enjoy chatting to you because of your excellent listening skills. Humans desire to be understood and heard. You can encourage someone else to speak by remaining silent and paying attention to what they have to say. Speaking less and listening more easily will make you come off as more charismatic. An effective negotiating tactic is silence. Both sides in a negotiation seek something from the other. Both parties find awkward and uncomfortable long, drawn-out pauses. You will have the advantage in negotiations if you can stay silent without becoming uncomfortable. In order to make the other side feel anxious and give in to what you want, it is natural to fill the quiet. If you keep quiet, it will seem as though the other person needs you more than you need them. The pause can also be used to prepare your following words. The other party will gain the upper hand in negotiations if you end up talking a lot instead, since they will be able to tell that you could be anxious. You shouldn't divulge too much information because it might be used against you in the future. Do you tend to speak a lot, or are you more reserved? Please leave a comment below, subscribe, like, and share.